Welcome, and I'm Madeline, and this is my place to display lots of pictures of the family. You probably didn't recognize me there. That was my brother. We were 2 years and 2 days apart, so Mom took us and got us our picture. He was, let's see, I was about 4, he would have been 6. A graduation picture, I was 17. Well, I remember when I was 6, 7 maybe, and it was just a lack of money. My father, well, he was not decent. But then as I got older, things changed quite a bit, and we had to move and find a place, and it just went on, and I went to live with some relatives, that sort of thing. Yes, I enjoyed school, really. It was my way. We didn't have parties and things. School was a party. The first job I had was when I went to work for an oil company in Pennsylvania. I was 17. I graduated on Friday, and on Monday I went to work. I got $100 a month, and it was an oil company. It helped me when I came here, and I had a little bit of backing with an oil company. It was office work, but I got hired right away, and they got stuck with me for 32 years. I stayed long enough. I got promotions, and it was a good job for me. I didn't go to college. I couldn't go to college. I had to earn enough to feed myself and my mother, and that's the way it was. I was sent down here to take notes and things for the guys that were checking things here on the equipment. Paul was on the phone talking about me, and he was telling somebody, and here she comes in her see-through negligee. and Stanley said, well, what about her husband? Doesn't he get mad when she comes down? He said, oh, she's not married. That's how we got acquainted. He called and told me that he had planned to ask me out to dinner, but I had already left. And I said, well, next time I come down, I'll let you know. Well, he fixed that. That was the next weekend. Sent me a ticket to come down, on the train. Yeah, I liked him. I thought he was pretty nice. Stanley was in the same situation. He didn't have very much money when he took up the GI Bill. He went to school for almost a year, well, before he even went to Berkeley. He knew that's where he wanted to go. Stanley was, well, my God, even early on I can remember little things he talked about, that he would fix things. And he was a dreamer. He wanted to be a pilot, and he was still young. And they needed young ones, and he was so good. He managed to get through without losing a plane and a life. I mean, one of his best things that he liked to say was, nobody that flew with me got a Purple Heart. The fact that when he was flying, and he was smart enough to see that you don't want to go up and drop, you went through it in. I don't know how many did that, but he did that, and that's what happened. He hit his target. They knew how to hit the target by doing that.
And he saved a lot of Americans' lives.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he was a hero.
Stanley feels he owes the veterans the same thing he got from the GI Bill. If it hadn't been for that, he might not have had his opportunities that he did have, and he always felt like that was important to him. You have a chance here to do better in life than you might have, and it's an opportunity, but you got to work for it though. And it's just not a handover. You've got to put your nose down to work and make sure you know what you're doing. Stanley would say, get your rear in gear. Yes.
Love it. What do you think Stanley would think of what you're doing?
I think he'd give me a big hug.
I think so too.
I think he'd be pleased that I'm doing this, because he also was doing it all along.